Good evening, everybody. What's going on out there in Chatland tonight? Are we all hyped up for some boom talk? Who's looking forward to season 31 then? We've got Scully, we got Beast, we got Martin, and we got the man himself, Mr. Shishkababa, on call tonight. What is going on, fellas?
Good to be here. Good to be here.
What's up, guys? Good to see you all.
See what our avatars
What's
on
up?
screen. Made them a bit small.
I've got Polly in the chat as well.
Yeah, Polly's in there, but he's not going to be talking tonight. He's literally just in there listening in. He's at work, but you can't listen to YouTube, but you can listen to Discord, so he's going to just listen in. He don't want to miss it, so he just wants to listen in. Who we got in the chat, Beast? You guys want to shout them out, Scully, Beast, whoever?
Yeah, definitely. We'll jump into some roll call here, guys, to get the stream started. Welcoming, of course, everybody joining us today. It doesn't surprise me, of course. Ryan J, number one, buddy. Thumbs up right back at you. Aaron Bull, Skull Shishk. Thank you. We got Beast Mode with us as well. Only me. Great to see you, buddy. Welcome. Of course, BCL. How you doing, buddy? What do we got here? Ryan J. Ryan's been going crazy in the chat. Driver Dude, welcome, buddy. Good to see you. Axe Darby as well. Mr. Petrick, congratulations on your global crab number one. Last I checked, you were global. I hope you are still global number one. We've got Greg H. What's up, buddy? Welcome to the live stream. We had a little complications. We had to move it back a little bit. Hope it's not too much of a problem. Andrew, happy birthday. And, of course, welcome to the live stream there. Mr. Puang, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. We've got Neharoy GG. What's up, buddy? Gerta... I'm going to butcher this one. Gertaj Gill. I'm sorry if I did butcher that. Welcome, buddy. Andre44. Good to see you. Vodka Sandy. Welcome. Patrick Anderson in the chat. We got MC Squared. Dr. Phoenix. Look at this turnout. Holy smokes here. Good to see you guys. Martin Dell. Fezman. Blazed Beard. Sups up, buddy. Welcome. Ahmad. Abdu Day. Good to see you as well. And holy crap, we got Joao Silva in the chat, man. I haven't seen you in a while. I hope all is well, man. Boom goes the dynamite. Tiago as well. Great to see you, buddy. Mutz. Falcor. What is he saying here? What's up, Aaron Martin Skull Shish? Great job on the tree. Super excited for the season. Question, why did Supercell feel like they had to make the changes to the tree? Falcor, we're going to get into all of this very shortly. So welcome, everybody. I'm sorry if I missed anybody. Aaron, I think I got everybody there.
You missed the main man. We got Nuno in the chat.
Oh, when did he come? Anyone at the end then I missed. Okay, I did miss him there. Nunu, good to see you, man. I missed the most important guy in the chat. Sorry, dude. Aaron, you're muted.
God
I was just
damn it.
thinking that. I wasn't sure whether...
You're muted.
See, I was just seeing if you lot were awake.
What's going on?
Yeah. I was just seeing if you lot were noticing. Paying attention.
Yeah.
Just checking to see who's paying attention.
I was having a mini panic attack. My end. And then I see the chat coming in through with muted. I'm like, oh crap, we gotta fix this.
So yeah, we'll try that again. Don't really know where to start this season. I suppose we should start with Shishk, and he can sort of let us know what his sort of thinking was behind the tree and stuff, and we'll sort of go from there, I guess.
Yeah, sure. So, designing a tech tree is one of those things that I guess people would always love to do, and luckily enough, I was given the challenge and I took it on. I guess the first thing to say about this tree is one of my designing principles was I wanted to design a tree in such a way that I wouldn't know which is the best path to take. And so that's why we've got this. That's why everyone's scratching their heads, because I don't even know what the best way to take is. There were a couple of changes that Supercell made. One in particular I want to point out that I think might affect the way the season goes is they added bombardiers where I had scorchers and vice versa. So when you guys are thinking about rushing to bombardiers, I want you to understand that was never part of the plan. But Supercell changed that. So maybe that is the way to go on this tree. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you've definitely mission accomplished on not knowing which way to go. I don't think there's many people out there who really know what their plan is right now. I think most people are just going to play it by ear. I certainly am. I haven't played Warships in probably 10 seasons or so I'm starting from rank 1 right down in the dregs of wood. So I don't think it's really going to matter. no, it's not going to matter which way I go, but
It was nice to see in your sneak peek, Aaron, that you were saying that you were excited to come back and play for season 31, and I'm assuming the tech tree obviously was a big part behind that.
Yeah, 100%. You guys all know I've always said that Warships isn't my thing. I think it's too much of the same every season. Everybody's got it's always the same deck layout, same attack strategies. It's all there's no diversity. So I've always said, but if they were to make some good changes and spice it up a little bit, that I would come back and give it a go. And here we are. They've done that. They will let Shishka do that. So I'll have a go.
It's going to be interesting for sure. Final meta, oh gosh, strap in, boys and girls, 'cause it's going to be rough.
100%.
But that's the point. Yeah.
Final meta's normally heavy choppers and seekers, or heavy chopper bombardier, whichever your poison is. But with those heavy choppers being tucked there behind 7, there's no guarantee that everyone's going to make that. So that kind of throws another spanner in the works of final meta.
Martin, that's a guarantee right there. I mean, a majority of players don't make it to 7 ER. Let's be real here. I mean, my last couple seasons, especially, I know a lot of players do. I have it in particular. So I mean, like this season, I'm gonna make sure at least on one of my accounts, man, I get to 7 ER to unlock those heavy choppers. I know the impact that they can make.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Falcor was in chat saying, "Dang, I was hoping Shish would have the best path in mind."
to be honest,
so you guys, if you come here for like the best strategies, think again.
All day long in Sugar Shit, we've been kind of like mulling over different strategies, and I've watched the chat throughout the day, and I've not committed to any path until I've done this tonight and heard what Shish has got to say. But obviously, he's got no idea either. So
you guys have not, like, I mean this in the nicest way as possible as well. You guys have not shut up in Sugar Ship Tella. Like, it is just constant, communication with regards to what is the best path, what's the best path, what are we gonna do? One account's doing this, one account's doing that. Nobody knows.
That's why this season, I think it's going to be a good one, because people just don't know.
I think the safest thing to say is there is no best path.
Yeah, this is going to be like because normally you think, right, as Warships, right, I need to do this and I need to do that, I need to do that. You sort of know what you're going to do before the season's even started. Before even sneak peeks, you know roughly what you're going to do. There's usually heavy rush, followed by bombardiers of some kind, and but this season's not going to have that. So I think everybody's going to be like, okay, so what's everyone else doing? Everyone's going to be looking to each other to see what everyone's going to be doing this season.
Can we just highlight the comment by Greg H there?
The reset one?
Get some thoughts on that. Yeah.
Guys, would you have liked to see a reset for everyone on this round? What do you guys think? Do you think we should have had a reset for this one? Or do you think...
I think a reset in such a 180-degree turnaround and just redesign with the tech tree honestly would have been too much in one season. I mean, this tech tree alone is, enough to take in, trying to figure out what works best here. So, no, I mean, I do like the idea of resets, but I don't think it would have been a good idea this season, just with how the tech tree and just how different it's presented to us this season.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Shish?
Yeah, in general, I'm just against resets altogether because they don't work. Warships is a game mode different than Crab, different than BP. Okay, guys, it's not fair. We don't start on the same page. That's how Warships works. Mm-hmm. That's how it works every season. So reset, I'm never a fan for it because you just release the wolves upon the sheep. When you do that and everybody starts at the same rank. But that being said, okay, all that political junk aside, this would be a very fun season to start from scratch. Sure. So I certainly see an argument for wanting to have people all start at the same page on this particular season because it's going to be a fun one. I also want to add that we've had a couple seasons in the past on Warships, like you might remember names like Wreck with Mechs. That never happened. This season, we will wreck with Mechs, ladies and gentlemen.
Wreck with Mechs is back.
I love that. They should have named this season Wreck with Mech.
Yeah, they should have renamed it. Yeah, for sure. So Dr. Phoenix is saying, try to reset one. Same people ended up in the top 50, 100. Yeah, exactly. It's
funny how that worked out. Yeah,
the top players will always be the top players because it's skill based, not advantage based. It's the whole thing of advantage. Having that head start doesn't actually equate to very much in like the long-term thing of the whole season. The people who are going to be at the top are going to be at the top, and you're going to be where you're going to be on the leaderboard. Ben Washbrook coming in with a quid.
Thank you very much.
Why? There you go. Ben Washbrook with a pound donor. Big shout out to you, Ben. Thanks for that.
Thank you, Ben.
Greg says, appreciate the feedback. That was my thought, Shish. For this one, it would have been fun, for sure. You guys see any comments you want to call out?
Flint is just saying
Falcor
years
says,
ago I was for a full reset. Nowadays I realise it does not matter. Skill and smart tech choices are always trumped in the end.
Yeah, definitely. Falcor says literally hundreds and hundreds, if not in the thousands of posts about this season. I've never seen so much build up for a season. Clapping hands, 100%. That's it. This one has
almost. I was just gonna say, sorry, Aaron. Almost like the hype and the anticipation that we were feeling, when Warships season 1, was entering the scene. It's taken 30 seasons for us to get back to that same kind of feeling and emotion for the game. But we're there, man.
Joe, or
yeah,
I'm gonna box that.
Joe Silver with a $4.99.
$4.99. Thank you for that, Joe.
Right on, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day when season 1 came out, everyone was hyped because Warships was brand spanking new. Nobody knew what to expect, and the hype was real. Yeah. Okay, and that sort of went down the tubes pretty quick when they realized how broken it was. But this season's got that same sort of fizzle in the community, of people talking about it, and you don't usually get that with Warships anymore. Papucho's in chat saying,
that's really encouraging.
Sorry, go on.
I was saying that's really encouraging. I'm glad to hear that people are really pumped. That's the best thing I could hope for, So that's great.
Let's hope that Supercell can see this in the analytics after the season. Maybe I'm hoping that they can see that this season's had much more engagement. People have been more hyped about it, played more, spent more. Maybe, who knows? So hopefully that sort of opens the door for us to be able to work.
It's funny you mentioned that. I mean, as I designed this tree, I was designing it for the players first and foremost, but I didn't forget about Supercell either. I mean, as you see, there's a lot of juicy multi-nodes in there too. Lots of ways to spend diamonds and lots of incentive to maybe get people to get Admiral keys or to get IT to get to the end of the tree, right? I want people to want to play the game, and that's how I designed this tree.
100%. There was a comment I just seen a second ago.
I like Dr. Phoenix's.
What are your thoughts on, like you've got the multi-nodes, which you can diamond change for. What are your thoughts on having boost or statue nodes in the same way, so you can have troop health or building damage on the same node, and you get to pick and choose and switch between them with diamonds? What's your thoughts on that?
It'd be great. I didn't want to go too far outside of the box when I was making this because I wanted to make sure they would accept it. And my goodness, they did. I can't believe it. So here we are. Yeah.
Sure. You said about Dr. Phoenix as well, Scully. I'm seeing people trying to plan for 5 or 6 ER meta. I'm still stuck on what to do in 3 ER.
I was only laughing at that because I'm in that exact same situation. I have no idea right now. I unless you're Boom Beach with Yo-Yo, or your Cactus, or you're just one of the global elite. You can probably think like that already. But I'm stuck in that same situation where it's what am I doing for 3 ER? It's once you get to that point, it's okay, so many options. What do we do? 3-week season, right? I mean, you can make a mistake, and it's going to hurt whether you want to look at it as a mistake or not. It's completely up to you. But I think this is definitely a season. We've said this before, or a lot of people have been saying this before as well, that you definitely want to be playing multiple accounts. Now, I know a lot of people don't have multiple accounts. But the benefit of playing multiple accounts for, a season like this with such a crazy tech tree is trying those different paths on those different accounts and then essentially finding out what works. Exactly. So I'm excited.
You could be the one lucky player to stumble across some super secret meta that nobody else has thought of and shoot up the leaderboard.
Exactly.
I think that in itself.
Greg H has come.
Go on.
Sorry, Greg H has come in with a comment there saying, I hope they give some of you guys chance to design trees. And then a little bit further down, Nuno has replied at Greg H, we'll see how this season goes. So maybe it's something in the back of their mind that they're going to, if it works well and goes down well, it maybe then some more of us will be invited to maybe throw a tree together and see how sort of Supercell feel about it.
Yeah, maybe. Like I said,
Yeah, absolutely.
hopefully this is, like I said to Shishk on Discord. I mean, I hope that the analytics reflect that people have been more hyped and more pumped about this season, that they've, decided to play more or come back and play because of, reason X, Y, and Z. Hopefully that then opens the door for Supercell to actually take notice of what the community has to say, because they do know what's up. Do you know what I mean? They do know what's best for the game. I know that's kind of big-headed, but they do, Question for Shishk. Oh, hang on, I've lost it now. 2 secs.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Oh, I think you're muted or something.
No.
No, he's trying to find the question.
I got it right here. You want me to read it?
Were there multiple iterations of the tree? Heard a couple of changes by Supercell in the final product, but was curious if you had more of a broad idea or a back and forth discussion. I guess.
Nice.
No, great question. No, I just submitted it. They took it and more or less left it unadulterated as much as possible. They made about 3 revisions to the tree. But the one that really I think might matter is the one where they swapped the bombardiers with scorchers. The other ones are kind of superficial, not a big deal. But no, it's pretty much my fault, guys. So you can blame me. Yeah.
How long did it take you to finalize Shishk?
I think I worked on that tree for a total of maybe 3 days. I mean, not like time, but I mean over a period of 3 days. It took me to get that done and just to iterate on it a bit. It's trickier than you think. I was probably a good candidate to do that because of the work I've done with OP and all the seasons past working on the tech tree planner. You have a real intimate understanding of a tech tree when you do that a lot. So I was able to take that knowledge and just apply it to a brand new tree that I created,
Yeah, I think if there was anybody who was suited to the task, of making a tree, it was Shishk. Roy for the win.
Yeah.
Good job on making everyone think about it, Shishk. Thank you there for the dono, buddy. Big shout out to you.
There was another comment from Flint there a moment ago. Is this the first time since Angry Family tested Forlorn Hope that Supercell let players interact with content and planning? I would love to see more of this in the future. Bringing the community to help is awesome.
Another great question.
No, it was Angry Fan was testing Duplexity. It wasn't Fallen Hope.
Yeah, Duplexity. But I think the answer to your question is yes. This is the first time that creators have had an input on something like that.
Now, I just want to add on for one thing. So, I'm looking at the tech tree right now, and I just want people to understand for a second here. So, that change that Shish Kebabbers.
I've got it to bring on screen if you guys want it.
Oh yeah, if you want to put it on screen, by all means. But I just want them to understand that if that change wasn't made, then Bombardiers would not be available until after the sixth engine room. So that's massive. Now we get them in 3 ER. Shish Kebabber originally had it set up for us not to get them after the 6th ER, and that makes sense because they are a ridiculously overpowered troop. That's huge.
Davey Boy's got a question as well. Love the work and thought that's gone into the tech tree, Shishk. Just one thing for me. Why start with mechs and leave tanks out altogether?
Oh, I sort of alluded to this earlier. It goes back to the comments of when we had seasons named Wreck with Mechs, and I just totally facepalmed because, as you guys know, we didn't, okay? So it was like a design goal of mine to make sure we wreck with Mechs. Plus, I really do enjoy playing Sparky with Mechs and Grants. I think it's a really fun combo that not a lot of people have tried, so I want to make sure you guys try it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, nice. Does somebody test the tech tree every season or just design it and watches? I think it's pretty safe to say that nobody tests. Or not very much.
No, we asked.
Not very much.
I asked this question, Nuno, on the last Boom Talk stream we had, and he said that there was a fair bit of testing that went on their side of things with the tree to make sure that it worked and it was balanced. So yeah, I think that I don't think it's just kind of designed and thrown out there and see if it sinks or swims. I think that it seems like there is an amount of testing that goes on.
Yeah, sure. Zhao says again, why use mecha scorchers in warships? Because and only if heavies and bombers and such come after. I think this is it's one of those ones that you've got to include, you've got to include what Supercell's goals are with the season, as well as, people having fun with it and stuff. You can't just make the season all about having all of the good stuff up front and everybody get on with it, because it just doesn't work like that.
You could, but I mean,
Yeah, you could, but
would it be the same? Would it be the same?
you got to factor
It
in.
would be
like,
a very short tree.
Yeah, you've got to factor in the free-to-play players, the guys who have instant training, skill levels, monetization. There's just so much more to it that goes into it than just having the good stuff.
If I was a non-IT player, now I do actually have no IT on a couple of my accounts. I don't play them frequently, but I mean, I would be absolutely stoked. I mean, getting a hero to start, rocket launchers and boom cannons. I mean, I see how Sparky will work with mechs and grens because, critters will counter, the boom cannons. Yes, the rocket launchers will take out the critters, but, grens and mechs, it's all going to work together in some vicious, beautiful way. We're just going to have to wait and see.
I think
I
this
still
season
think Hack's got a part to play at the beginning as well.
Yeah, for sure. We're saying about the free-to-play players. This season, you think about the seasons where you started with crying ears and nothing but crying ears. There's been two seasons.
Let's never do that again.
There's been 2 seasons where players got stuck with only crying ears to farm ERs. 2 seasons we've had that. And, the free-to-play players are the ones who suffer when that situation arises. Having mechs and things up front and grens up front like this is perfect.
And you know what, Aaron? Insult to injury on those seasons with the Cryoneers as the starting troop is, I'm pretty sure one of those was like a 50% troop health season as well. So not only were you stuck with just, a group of useless cryos that weren't getting you engine rooms, but, they had absolutely no troop health to back them up.
Sure. Dr. Phoenix says, the lack of meat shield is going to make it rough throughout the whole season until 7 AR. I disagree. I think there's plenty of meat shield there. There's bullet, there's mechs, there's rifles, plenty of meat shield. Pabuja's got a fair point. There's a point there. There's no GBE to work with Max and the gunboat. I think somebody did do the maths that there's not enough GBE available to land all mechs if that's the way you want to play. Is that
Lies? Yeah, but made a very good point.
Is that not right, Shish?
You can only load one.
Let Shish speak on this. Hold on.
Yeah, let's Shish.
Yeah, no, I'm sick of hearing this, guys. Let's just get it straight right now. There's enough GBE, and it's not the first time I've designed a tech tree. Okay, guys, you get 1 mech per boat in Warships, ladies and gentlemen. That's 6 GBE per boat. 6 times 8 is 48. Right. You start with 52, guys. I got it.
There you go.
There you go, guys.
There you go. Yeah, I think people have forgotten that there's only 1 per boat on Warships.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is that argument shut down.
I think from listening to quite a lot of other people, I think a lot of people are talking about how do I clear a base in the fastest time, and that's not the only way to win at Warships. If you take down more ERs than your opponent, then you win. If you take down the same amount of ERs in a faster time, you win. And maybe this season is going to come down to as much strategy about your layout and your defensive side of things as it is the offense.
Yeah, 100%. Mic drop.
Yeah, no, that's going to be the beauty of it. It's nasty, and I can't wait to see the base layouts and the defensive choices. Like, so here's the thing, guys. I don't even know how to approach the tree. So, what's the smartest thing to do if you don't know how to approach a season? The answer is base ride. Okay, so base ride. But oh my gosh, strap yourself in because it's going to be rough.
Is that right that you didn't design the deck layouts? Is that right?
Oh, that is correct. Yeah, I'm starting to do that, getting into that task. Well, a couple things happened. My mom also passed away during this time, so I had really no time to devote to it anymore. But also, technically, that was much more of a challenge.
Yeah, for sure.
If you think about what it takes to design a deck and how you really have to start at the 7 ER, and you have to work back. And you have to remove sections of the deck to make each a subsequent one. And not having a real interface for that made it cumbersome. So yeah, no deck design was done. Supercell did that. That's on them. But they look nice. I like them.
They're not actually not that bad. There's one. I think 2 ER is the same one or very similar to the one we had on, I want to say season 2 or 3, where we had no flares, but you could tap the very front edge of the boat, and you could plant a flag right at the very back on like the left-hand landing, but the left-hand landing wasn't actually available. It's the same layout as that, I think. From
I remember it was a bunch of heavies. You would literally drop them, and they would just follow the side of the warship to the very back of the layout.
Because when you land your troops, the flags that you drop act as flares, don't they? The troops will walk to the flag and then go off to whatever's closest. Yeah, I remember that season was good.
I think after
I remember when that exploit was discovered, everyone was smashing that.
After 30 seasons with 7 different deck layouts each season, that's 210 permutations. You're bound to start seeing some copied deck layouts now.
Truth be known, probably on a cycle.
You know, that's an inevitability. But you know, it is what it is. So someone's pointed out the 5 ER deck layout's going to be a game changer, and I agree. I think getting to 5 early is going to be massive.
I seen
because of those.
Pucho in chat said about GB about having Sparky and you won't have enough GBE to use Sparky and stuff. But Joel's just said in chat that we will destroy defenses and that's more GBE. Plus Sparky passively unleashes critters. So having
that's what makes her so awesome. Yeah.
Having Sparky, having the hero up front is great. Having Sparky was proper great. She's like the perfect one to start with. You can just drop Sparky and leave her to do her own thing. She's quite capable of looking after herself, you know. So again, for the free-to-play players, it's ideal. It's perfect. I can see a lot of free-to-play players staying in 2ER. I can see a lot of players who just play Warships just to farm those chests to get that intel for the task forces and stuff. I can see loads of those players staying at 2ER and just farming away easy in 2ER, especially the free-to-play guys.
Well, that's some of the point. I mean, you see this tree is very different, and I'll point out some of the differences too. Like, look at the 3ER level. Look how many nodes belong to 3ER. But
so many.
That's also in mind with letting all the new players come in, have fun, enjoy. Even if you don't have Admiral's Key, there's still a lot you can do early in the season. But as the season goes forward, that pressure for IT is increased. I mean, I'll be completely honest. To compete by the end of the season, you probably need IT for this one because it's going to be rough and you're going to have to reload troops a lot. But that was the intent. The intent was to keep free-to-play players along for as much as possible, but, you know, I got to turn up the heat on the end because this is the opportunity to really give ourselves a great season, you know? Sure. So I hope IT can enjoy it. I tried not to forget about it when I made it. Or non-IT.
That's it.
Yeah.
People, lots of people out there think, well, you know, it's just designing the tree. It's like we said, there's so many other factors that goes into it rather than just placing things here and there and the other. There's lots of other factors that you've got to be mindful of when doing it. Must be chat. Tiago.
Well, another thing. Oh, sorry.
Go on.
I was just saying. No, another thing that I really like about this tree is the multi nodes. The fact that there's 7 of them. 5 of them are protos, and of those 5 proto nodes, they're different levels. Like you can have a Sky Shield 1, or a Hot Pot 2 on the same multi node. The very first one in particular. You can have a Sky Shield 1, a SEMO level 2, or a Boom Surprise level 3. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I don't think I've ever seen that in a season before where you've got the different level prototypes on the multi-node that you can choose from.
Sometimes they'll have... Sorry, go on, Shish.
Yeah, no, that's correct. Sometimes there's different levels. But in this case, I chose those. And, I mean, Boom Surprise 3. Why would I choose a Boom Surprise 3? Because Boom Surprises suck, ladies and gentlemen. But if they ever have a chance to be good, you got to give them a Boom Surprise 3 compared to some other lower ranked stuff. So I'm trying to put the same relative value of an item to make the choices more difficult to make, you see? Mm-hmm. So that's why you see that.
I think it's great, Shish. Like, I really like that touch about the tech tree right there. Good job.
So I say, we've got 100 people in chat here tonight. Big shout out to everyone tuning in tonight. Much appreciated.
It shows you the hype, man. The hype for Season 31, the tech tree.
I love the fact that there's 4 Sky Shields, but they are all Sky Shield 1, so they're as low on health as they can be. The building health is going to be massive, 250 building health, but then you've got 2 of those nodes stuck behind 7ER. I think at least one of them is tucked away on a dead end node as well. Mm-hmm. So unless you're, most players are only going to have 100 building health into 6ER, I think, unless you chase that third one. So whilst the stats are, huge in places, not all of them are all readily available.
Yeah, for sure. There's a comment in chat saying the 2 rocket launchers and 1 extra shock launchers are nice. It is next level cool. I can't remember the last time we had that.
Forgot the 3 boom cannons in there too.
That right there was a throwback to season 1 again, when we had like 15 rocket launchers and a whole bunch of sky shields and stuff.
That might be one of my favorite multi-nodes.
But to have the option of having 2 rocket launchers, or a shock launcher, that right there, people are going to be switching that one backwards and forwards.
Yeah, I made sure it was okay to include that before I did, because I knew that was stepping a bit outside of the box, but they said, nope, throw it in there, and here we go. Yeah.
Nice.
That's
Very
a real
nice.
hard multi-node to pick from, because if rocket choppers are a thing at that point, then
Boom
you're
cannons.
going to want the 3 boom cannons all day long. But if it's ground troops, you're going to want one of the 2. But then which one do you go for, the 3rd shock launcher, or do you go for 6?
If warriors or seekers are the meta, you're gonna get that shock launcher. You know, if bombas are the meta, you're probably gonna go with the rocket launcher. And like you said, if it comes to rocket choppers, then most likely those boom cannons are gonna come into play. So just the thought, all that thought into that one multi node, and that's just one node on the entire tree.
For sure.
Conceivably, at that point, all 3 of those could be all 3 of those could be equally as popular as one another. So then what do you go for?
This is why we're scratching our heads. I mean, like, nobody's gonna know until we play and find out for ourselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah, even Op said he played this season, did he? Yeah, that's cool as well. So I mean, bringing players back, that right there is what really counts.
Well, I'd be intrigued to see the queue times on this season. If that many more players are coming back, what sort of queue times are we going to have?
Well, maybe they'd be better. More players in the pool.
I'm going to have really short few times.
Might be easier to get a match that way. Donny, I said I'd come back and play the season. They give us more than 4 rocket launchers again, so here I am. Hashtag thanks, Shish. Shout out to you, Donny.
Warships welcomes you back, Donny.
Pulling Donny back from front lines.
Yeah, that's huge, man. This guy's got 2. Oh, that's great. Greg H as well. This is great for the Boom Beach community, and I feel that this feedback should be a monthly thing. If Supercell wants to grow this game, this is the way. Thanks for that, Greg.
Yeah, exactly. This is, it's going to be big. When you just know from the way the community goes, it's different. This season's different. Just everything. There's more of a buzz about this season.
We got Joao in the chat as well. I think a lot of players are on the same page as Joao. Donnie, exactly. I'm coming back to this season because Shish designed it. That's huge, man. Absolutely.
Yeah. My rank 1 heavies are going to suck if I rush to HCs. Just thought of that.
Who said that? What?
That
Moist.
was Moist. Yeah, Moist. Is Shish playing the season? Shish, are you going to play this one?
Oh yeah, I'll be playing for sure.
Happy days.
How could I not play? Got
Well,
to
yeah,
play.
it's your baby, right? Axe Dubby saying, "Come home to Sugar Ship to Donny." David's nailed it. Looking forward to something different. That right there is why I am coming back, because it's different, completely different. I think that's what Warships needs more than anything else is diversity. Multi-nodes that, more multi-nodes with things like boosts and things like that on it.
That's quite right, ASU dude. It's a Big Bear Balling's going to come back this season as well. There's a lot of comebacks this season.
Nice.
This is going to be an absolutely huge season of Warships. I mean, the names of the players coming back just because of the excitement for it and the excitement that the community already has just from seeing, the tech tree. Yeah, I mean, let's be real here. I mean, like, Aaron, I'll ask you first. What are you most excited for this season?
The opportunity to actually stream and play it and not have to watch Martin play.
Cheers.
just saying. We'll have some streams that actually look good for Warships for a change. The actual game, the actual gameplay and the strategy will absolutely suck, and I mean like really suck. But hey, the quality of the video would be good. Lola coming in with a 279 super chat. Thank you for that.
Now ask me what I'm looking forward to.
Martin, same question.
Not having a race home from work, get dinner ready, and get ready to get on the stream, all in about 45 minutes.
Nah, you love it. You love it.
I'm looking forward to Aaron ignoring all the coaching from Martin.
Yeah, and letting my chests stack and max out.
Yeah.
I'll be sending him all sorts of daily advice on metas and the best things to open and what have you. And he'll just be bashing around with mechs for the first week and a half.
Yeah.
Flint. Aaron will be streaming Warships soon. Call me McDonald's because I'm loving it. There's a dad joke right there. Dr. Peter, probably a solid strategy is to hold off spending your keys until you watch the streamers and see how the meta evolves. That right there is probably going to be...
This is also another reason why, you want to be playing at least... Well, I mean, it's up to you when you actually want to start playing, but I mean, it's better to start playing at season premiere, or at least right when it starts. Especially if you're watching, the streamers, whether that's OptiStory, myself, Pete, BBTFRG, Cactus, I mean, you name it. But I mean, like, we have no idea what we're doing when we're going in. I mean, when I go live for premiere, I'm going in blind. I know I'm going Warriors, and I know I'm going in the direction of Bombardiers. And how I get there and how the battles look on that journey, we're going to have to wait and see. And you're going to find out at the same time I do.
Just quickly, Lolo with the 279 Canadian super chat. B sucks. That right there, Lolo, is a factual statement.
Lolo, right on.
Question for Nuno: is the game going to freeze more with more players? I don't think so.
I think he's saying that it might overload the server. If there's more people playing, it might slow the game down. I don't think that'll happen.
No,
at least I think that's what he's asking.
Pete's in chat saying, I plan on opening one chest and going back to bed. This season will be a chest collecting season, to be honest.
I've heard that from a few people. Dr. Monday, I think I heard saying that as well. And I think that just also has to be with how, defensive, I guess, the season's going to be, at least to start off. I mean, you're going to be attacking with mechs and Grens. That's not going to be very fast. It's going to be a patience, for all those, speed players out there. This is the start of the season is not going to be like that at all. This is going to be a slow and steady pace, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know, guys.
Candy got that one. Unlucky chat.
No, sorry. Shish was going to say something there.
All right.
Yeah, no, mechs and Grens are a little faster than you might give them credit for. It's a troop combo I've used quite a bit on the main island. And I know everyone's saying slow, they're slow. No, they're not. And not when you have Sparky. It's not really that slow.
I agree with that, and I think that's fair, and it really just shows how much we don't use mechs and Sparky and Grens.
Since 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon, our time, I loaded up mechs and Grens, and I've been trying 2-6, 3-5, 4-4 combinations with
Sparky. Right in the mood.
Just to kind of see how they work. Obviously, it's a little bit harder with trying to do your map, because a lot of the guys that are, that are facing have got ice, so they've got stats that are beyond what they're going to have. But when you get those all offensive guys, they roll them pretty successfully without too much bother.
That's what I mean. I think 2ER is going to be it's going to be a case of just drop your troops and let them get on with it. It's no flares and stuff. So, like, dropping troops and when you drop them is like is extravagant as the strategy is going to actually be. Like, but when at 2ER, I think mechs are going to be fine on their own. But we'll see.
Falcor has a question for Shish there. I don't know if you want to get that one on the screen. What would your loadout be? Falcor at Shish, what would your loadout be? 4-4 or what? I think he's referring to mechs and Grens.
Yeah, I think 4-4 is a great place to start. But just kind of tailor it from there, If you need more upfront damage from the mechs, maybe add another mech, if you need to get the ERs down faster. But of course, once you have flares, you guys know, you flare the Grenadiers closer to the structure and they do more damage, right? So it's little techniques like this that are going to separate the skill level amongst players. And believe me, there's a lot of skill actually with mechs and Grens. Get ready for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're going to
on.
I think we're going to see a lot of something different this season.
Absolutely.
It'd be nice. It'd be quite
Greg
cool.
H has a question. I think he's asked it a couple of times already.
Okay.
Shish, what are your thoughts on the path that you will be taking?
Yeah, I really don't have a path planned out. I'm going to approach it from a base riding perspective and try to be cautious. I definitely want to get to Bombardiers at some point soon because they're going to be strong, and I didn't have them there, so they're definitely out of place in the philosophy of how I built the tree. So I want to get there. But beyond that, I don't really know. Yeah, it gets really weird around 5ER. You know, I mean, do you just shoot straight over to 6 and 7 and try to come back and pick up those nodes? I don't know. You got key costs to figure out too. And I'm not quite sure how the tech is going to flow this season. It's a 3-week season, so I think we've got the standard like 25% bonus tech chest. So the tech should be flowing pretty well. But you'll have to make all those decisions on the fly and figure out, well, how far can I make it through this tree, and where do I want to end on this tree? I don't even know yet, because a lot of that depends on the ranking. You know, what rank you're at, when you break through to gold, when you break through to diamond. A lot of that's going to make the determination. So that's also why there's not one path for any given tree. A lot of it depends on where you start and how quickly you play.
Yeah, 100%.
I think this tree is almost impossible to plan beyond the second day, third day at most.
Vicky
like you
says,
said, a lot of it will depend on how things evolve.
Vicky says, what would you use with Diddles this season?
Mechs. I mean, you got mechs and Grens, right? So instead of Grens, throw in the Bombardiers. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Mechs and Bombardiers, eh?
Yeah.
Definitely not a season that Supercell have come up with, that's for sure.
You can stick Bullet up there as well for a bit of a meat shield.
Oh, that's right, because he's tucked away there in 2ER.
Yeah. Unless you're going heavies. Because obviously, you know, if you plan on going 7 and opening the heavy choppers, then you're going to have to get those heavies to get them maxed. So potentially, you know, you could put heavies up front. But yeah, there's all sorts.
One here saying, I was initially concerned about mechs and bombardiers spacing strategy, but found there's enough space to avoid a lot of the rocket launcher splash damage. Right there.
Yeah, I think that was most people's concern.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, exactly. It's one of those, isn't it?
I think there's about 6 or 7 tiles between mech range and Gren range. Is that right, Shish?
Is it that much?
I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, the Grens are about 7 tiles, and the mechs are about, what, 1.5 tiles? So take the difference, maybe 5.5? I don't really know, but something like that, yeah.
There's a question about when you need to be in diamond. Obviously, as early as possible, get into diamond. You always want to be in diamond as quick as possible.
James Bulldog Baldwin, Shish, how quick do you suggest we get to diamond? How quick do you suggest? Yeah, as quickly as possible.
I mean, what better answer is there? As soon as you can, guys. You know, sooner the better, right? I don't really know if there's a formulaic answer.
I did a little bit of rudimentary maths earlier, and I think if you're in diamond by Saturday, you can max out the tree.
All right. Well, unless wood tier have got double keys, then you know.
No, someone's just asked that question, and Nunu has confirmed that it's a dev build issue only. Yeah.
I knew that.
Yeah, in which case we all reverse push to wood.
Yeah, exactly. Dr. Phoenix. The crossroad I can't decide on is at the start of 4ER. Go for heavies and possibly brick, or straight up to building health and critters.
Building health.
You reckon?
For me, that building health, because by then I think you'll find the 3ER meta will be barrage. They'll be knocking out an ER in barrage. So the sooner you can get that extra building health, the quicker it shuts down that barrage attack. But again, you'll have to see what it's like when you get there, because that might not have evolved. People might not have gone that way.
People might not have gone down that long road for barrage. You know, who knows?
Yeah. So,
well, if you're sorry.
Go on.
No, you just carry on.
I was just saying, if you're going for barrage, like obviously, like that's like there's two, like this is what Shishk was talking about for like the 3ER nodes. I mean, there's just there's so many. I mean, if you go in the direction for bombardiers and barrage, I think that's, well, first off, that's what I'm going to be doing on one of my accounts. And I think that's probably going to be the better option to do in 3ER. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's what I'm going to be doing.
I think 3ER is going to get messy quickly.
I'm gonna be stuck in 3 ER for a few days. It's gonna get very messy.
Yeah, for sure. We're in the boombox, guys. Just saying.
No.
Nice.
What's happening, Churchy? Welcome to the stream, buddy. Sorry if I haven't shouted you out as you've come in, guys. You know, talk, just people talking and stuff. Don't talk over people or shouting out people. But what's going on,
I was gonna say we have a hard enough time talking over each other.
Yeah, exactly. Abdullah says, too many dead ends in the tech tree. Why, Shishk?
That's a good thing, I think. Well, let's let Shish.
I think that's what makes the season so good.
Oh yeah, just to drive you nuts. I mean, so obviously the idea, you guys have looked at it for a while. You want to go forward in this tree. Obviously, you need to go forward in this tree. And I've made it pretty easy to go forward in the tree. Thing is, though, you want to pick up stuff along the way. Those decisions come with cost, ladies and gentlemen. And that's what you got to figure out. Yeah.
Pete's just said...
Pete says, if you're going for diddles...
Go on.
Pete says, if you're going for diddles, why not get Barrage? It's right there. I think most will have Barrage day one. It's going to be a mess. That's why I'm staying in bed.
Friends, please do not forget to smash that like button and support, for sure. If you're new here, make sure you smash that like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 5K by May. So smash that subscribe.
Tiago Rookie, I think, has hit the nail on the head squarely with a 16-pound sledgehammer there. Don't worry about the competition this season. Just have fun and play. That's my opinion.
Exactly.
That's how a majority of us do think, but good luck telling that to, like, you know, the top global players. You know, Doom, for example, you know, all these guys are already talking about what they're doing in 5ER when the rest of us suckers
Eric's
are like, you know, 3ER.
Yeah.
I think the whole dead end thing is what makes this season interesting, because, you know, people who like to push deep into the tree for the better tech and then come back and backfill, that's not really an option, because everything's now on such a long dead end path that you can't push forward. You can't push deep into the tree to get the good stuff and then come back, because those bits are going to take days to get on their own, you know? I don't know. It feels like this season's inside out. That's the only way I can explain it. But it's a good thing. It's good.
No, you just explained it right there. I mean, I think Shish literally nailed it, because, like, the whole point was to get us, you know, either frustrated, you know, scratching our heads, or literally just going like, what is this? But, you know, we're doing that because we know that if we want to stay on the main path to get to the next ER, that's how you advance. But like Shish also said, you got to pick up things along the way. And if you want to branch off to get that Warrior, to get that Bombardier, to get that Barrage, it's going to cost you. So the fact that it makes you think that much, and like just the amount of thought that went into this tech tree, it's unlike anything else we've ever seen. And I think the way we're all reacting is a perfect example of how awesome this tech tree is.
Zen, but wow, Shish, Scully, and the UK boys, epic. We've got we've got almost 120 people in here, guys. This is like our most concurrent viewers we've ever had on a stream.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it. That's massive,
big
man.
Shout out to you guys.
Big shout out. Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
And please don't forget to turn up when we're actually streaming as well. When we're streaming ships as well, whether that be bull ships or I don't know what we're going to call your stream, breaker ships. I don't know.
Warships.
Warships, yeah.
Warships. Yeah, it's what you said earlier about pushing deeper into the tech tree. That's been the way of the past. You know, this season, you either kind of go long and you're a bit shy on tech, or you go wide and have all the tech, but it's going to take you a long time to push forward.
So you got to ask yourself, what do I do? Do I pick everything up, or do I keep going forward?
Tall and skinny, or big and wide.
We're talking warships, right?
Warships, right? Come on.
Fez has just said, let's all just take the time to take the chance and the time to thank Shish for taking the time to do this tree. Yeah, big shout out to you, Shish. You've
agreed.
Cooked up a banger.
Thank you, Shish.
You have cooked up a banger.
Oh yeah, you guys are welcome. But you know, I wanted to do it too, so it's been needed. We've needed a season like this for a long time, so it was a pleasure. You know, it was my pleasure. Yeah.
Some old guy. I was going to sit this season out. I've spent more time planning and studying this weekend than I had originally planned to on even playing. Fair show.
I think Supercell's gonna.
I never plan for warships. I just open it up and start unlocking and upgrading stuff.
I was just gonna say, I think Supercell's gonna see that as well. From Joao Silva, we got some old guy. I know there's a few other people that have literally said, "Yo, Donnie DK as well." Like I'm literally coming back this season because of the tech tree. So
sure.
take note, Supercell.
We got a new subscriber. Thank you, Steve, for smashing that sub button. No sheep talky.
My stream, McLovin, you keep that out of here.
Yes, Gully, leave your sheep talk at the door. That got weird earlier.
Yeah, that's why we're staying right on track here with the tech tree. Doctor Dr. Phoenix said something a little bit further up that I wanted to read here. At some point, everyone needs the most things in 3-engine room. We get plenty of keys this season, so don't stress if you mess up on day 1. You can recover quick. I don't know. Whenever I make a mistake, it always costs me so many days.
Do you think the season would have been better with better chest reward, Shish? Did you have any input on what keys and tokens we got, or was that Supercell?
Well, I just went with the assumption that it was standard tech. I didn't know if it would be put in a 3 or a 4 week season because you get some differences depending on that. But it was built with the assumption of a standard tech flow. So I had no input on. I didn't put any input on that because I just assumed it would all be the same. Just because tech more or less follows a pattern. It's been pretty regimented for the last 10 seasons or so. So I did not.
Oh, at least, yeah.
Yeah.
Sandy, so Aaron, when's your first stream of Warships? I don't know.
8 a.m. UK tomorrow morning.
Hell no. We will stream tomorrow. We will stream for the season open. Either me or mine will. One of us will. I will probably do it. I'll do it. I've said I'll play this season. I've said I'll play this season, so I'll play.
Unfortunately, I've got rather an important appointment I've got to keep at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. And I'm not quite sure how I'm going to get around doing that and opening up my first chests on Warships.
What's that? Snoozing?
That's something that I'll discuss with the wife when we come off stream.
Unless you can drive a car and do the same thing at the same time.
That's good.
Tokens are tight at the start, says Double D. I don't think they are. I think they've been pretty generous with tokens.
With the set. I wish we started with 3 or 4 chests.
Aaron, do you have you made a really good it's the chest rank values. You had it on your sneak peek. I got a copy of it on my phone here. But I just wanted to mention.
I have got it.
Are you able to bring it up? Yeah, can you bring it up on screen?
Yeah, 2 seconds.
Just to show. I like the chest rank values on this one. It's not like in previous seasons. It's from wood to I believe stone. It's always been like a 1 token jump. I think it might be 1 or 2. Now I'm confusing myself. If you're able to bring it up, that would be even better.
If I can find it.
I think I can play that. You can tell that as well.
I'm gonna bring it up too here.
Noisy boy. Question for Aaron: are you regretting committing to playing Warships already? The look on your face when asked for tomorrow's streaming. Ha ha ha.
No comment.
Okay. Sorry. I got it right here. So from wood to stone, it's a 1 token jump for the upgrade. From stone to iron, it's 2. From iron to gold, it's 2. From gold to diamond, it's 5. And then from from diamond to legendary, it's 5 as well. So yeah, those are good jumps. I like that. And then plus, the tokens as well. You definitely want to get diamond, man. 450k is massive.
I haven't got the thing. I think I deleted it off my other scenes, so I can't pull it up.
I do wish Churchy wouldn't tell everybody what I'm doing in my spare time.
We all know it's going to involve a ballerina costume. That's what Martin does on his days off. Hope your wife can play the account.
If she does, Flint, then you've got a chance of beating me.
Yeah, you walked into that one, Flint. You walked right into that one, son. Yeah, no, I can't bring the thing up. I've deleted it off my other scene, so it's not on the list. So I can chat.
No, that's all right. We were just gonna go through it there. Anyways, yeah, no, good tokens.
Supercell could have reset the keys. Supercell could have reset the keys to 10% of last season, as roughly a year ago, to make it more interesting. Now those with lots of keys will still rush to heavies and have a huge advantage soon. Do you think that's an issue? I don't think heavies are going to be that great. I think heavies are
I
out
don't
of the
think
way.
you can reach heavies on day one, can you, Flint?
I think heavies are too far out of the way. I don't think they're worth going for.
Benson. Yeah, sorry, Shish. I don't think. Can you reach heavies on day one, or is that only a gold thing? If you start in gold.
I can't really tell you. I'd have to sit down there and do the calculations
Okay.
myself.
I didn't know whether you'd
maybe?
taken that into account.
Well, you got to remember, I did all the planning on this roughly 6 months ago, so a lot of that detail has been lost in time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lots has happened since then. Fair enough.
Jampa, you
Yeah,
got
Pete-
one arm
Pete-
bigger
Pete's
than the other like
saying-
me?
Pete's saying in chat right now that the 5 of us that finished on Legendary, I think he's referring to Sugar Ship, will be able to make heavies. Like, he's planning on rushing to heavies on day 1. So I think these guys have done the math already.
If you start at 15, you can unlock heavies day 1, Dr. Phoenix. Yeah, fair enough.
You're gonna see heavies on day 1. You will see it. I'm more than positive. No one can rush heavies at all.
But you'll have no
It's
defenses
warships.
to
So
stop
people
warriors,
are going to be
yeah.
heavy rushing. It's warships. That's what people do on warships.
But it's like Dr. Phoenix has just pointed out, you're not going to have any defenses to stop warriors. So warriors will probably still be quicker on those bases that have rushed heavies because they're not going to have anything.
If you're rushing to heavies on day 1 and like other than your starting rocket launcher and boom cannon, the only other defense on your main path is a cannon. So you'll have cannons and then you'll have boom mines and that'll be it. So if you're rushing with heavies, your layout as a 4ER will be boom mines, cannons, rocket launchers, and boom cannons. That's pretty decent to stop heavy rushing.
They also have Zukas as well, won't they?
Oh, that's right. And you probably will see heavy Zuka. Thank you.
Moist says people won't be
Do you know
matching
what?
those
That's a
players
path
unless
I hadn't
they're
considered.
people won't be matching those players unless they're the one on the same playing field, so it won't matter. So,
Exactly, Moist. That's going to be like the global players, the top
Yeah.
pack players that are going to be doing that. You'll probably see Doom talking about his heavy rushing after the start of the season.
Pete says I'm rushing to heavies, but plan on hiding all week. I'll push in a week after the start. I'll still be ahead on the tree. He said I'm rushing to 5s, and yes, heavies are on the way. So yeah, I'd technically be rushing to heavy Zuka. I think heavy Zuka might be a fair point. I think with the layouts as well, taking the layouts into consideration, I think.
But you have to also. You have to take the consideration of the dead end going into 4ER, because when you go into 4ER, that boom mine is that first node that you unlock, and if you continue on that path to go Zukas and then heavies, you're going down a dead end path, because then obviously you're not picking up brick, but brick's that next node after heavies. Then you're backtracking and then going flamethrowers, and then you're making your decision. I can totally see what Pete's saying, because that's going to be, if you're picking up heavies and then you're planning on rushing to 5ER, just getting heavies is already going to delay you going 5ER because you're going down that dead end path. So yeah, it's a lot to consider. It's a lot to take in.
But then for 22 keys, picking up brick, doing a heavy rush with brick battle orders may give you a couple of boosts up the rank, depending on where you are ranked wise.
Somebody will do that, Martin. And for all I know, it'll be stupid fast, and it'll be the meta for day 1.
Churchy says I'm starting.
You know,
Me and Churchy are both starting from rank 0, so I'll see you at the top of the UK leaderboard before the end of the season, Aaron. No. Hell no, you won't.
Pete says I'm skipping everything basically and heading to 5. So Pete's going to try and rush 5 with heavy Zuka then.
He'll be able to do it, because then once he gets to 5 ER, the jump from 5 to 6 ER is insane. It's 2 nodes. Cryoneers, building damage. That's the shortest jump.
Aren't Seekers like right there as well somewhere, aren't they? I think
Seekers are the first node
Seekers
after
are
6
straight
ER on
after
the main
6.
path.
Yep.
Yeah.
And when I say main path, we're talking ER to ER, the fastest.
You will have no tools for Seekers whatsoever if you take that path. I don't believe.
Smoke and bullet. Yeah, I know, you're right. You got nothing to back them up, which is going to make it all the more interesting.
You'd have critters
all the main
and shocks.
All of the main metas that people like go for, are all ruined because the things that you need to back up those strategies are locked away down
off path,
down dead end roads that are going to take days to come back from.
And I think that's also exactly what Shish
Coincidence?
Kebabber was intending for.
Pangs in
See,
chat.
that's
Should
what
I?
happens when a player makes the tree. Because I know how the game works. So that's why those things are in really tough spots. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Pang says, "Should I join the UK leaderboard race?" Throws down the gauntlet. Do it, Pang. I won't be in it, but you guys can
Do
fight
it,
out.
Pang.
You guys can fight it out. I'll watch.
Never see you on the UK leaderboard.
Will
I join it?
No one wants to
That
see you
would
play
mean
me.
reinstalling the game beast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We've got ASU dude in the chat going, that dead end node after 5 ER is the most peace dead end node in Warship history.
Which one's that?
That's the Zuka bullet. Oh, after 5 ER. After 5 ER. where
Oh,
is it?
the rocket
The
chopper,
rocket
shock
chopper
mine,
Rocket
troop
chopper.
health,
Yes.
proto node, more troop health, more building health. No.
But one note on that.
Yeah, please.
One of those troop healths was supposed to be a troop damage. It's not a big deal, but but we were supposed to have a troop damage in that rocket chopper detour. But they got their stat balance. It's fine.
Yeah.
So I was trying to make it a little more tempting with troop damage in there, but now it's just got 2 troop health. I don't know. Yeah.
It's not as rewarding, but it's still the building health
Right.
is down. The building health down there though, that's more.
I
tempting,
think you might actually get the rocket chopper and shock mines, but I mean, then you might probably continue to 6 engine room. I don't think you're going to continue down that dead end path, unless you finish the tree and it's one of those backtracking things. I mean, I'm probably wrong here, but I agree with ASU and what Shish Kebabber was saying there. Like, that is just completely out of the way, man. You're going to Antarctica pretty much.
Andrew's just burnt
that'll
pretty bad in
give
chat.
you-
That's hilarious.
That's going to give you 150 troop health.
It's huge, but it's also going to set you back.
It's gonna say there's like
Yeah.
there's like a week, 10 days, going back there. I think it was Pete just said in the chat about the rocket choppers.
Yeah, that's still good for rocket choppers. Those things are fragile. I'm not sure if that's the one. Okay,
yeah. So yeah, those two troop healths, they do go well with the rocket choppers that you got to unlock on the way to get there, innit? Have they been?
It's gonna be interesting to.
No comment.
I was just gonna say it's gonna be interesting to see who actually takes that path. It's gonna be interesting to see what paths everyone takes.
5
Yeah, I
People
think
that
that.
don't have Admiral key, they might go that route too. If they can't unlock 6 ER, well, they can at least get all that junk in 5 ER.
for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yep.
Dr.
Yeah.
Phoenix says 5 ER being such a tough layout to hit, I don't mind staying there for a while. So it'd be worth staying there to grab that stuff while it's a decent base layout to have people trying to attack it. It's a fair point.
For me, 5ER is the place to backfill.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Unless you're really flying on the global leaderboard, in which case you've got to keep pushing forward. But being a mere mortal, I think 5ER is the place that I'm going to sit and backfill this season.
Definitely.
That's probably where I'll end up as well, because that's exactly where I ended up last season. And like last season was a 4-week season as well, so like this is a 3-week season. That always puts a little bit more pressure on. I don't know if it's the same for you guys, but for me it's always like 3-week season. You got to get ahead as fast as you can, as early as you can. Make the most of it.
Yeah, you need sort of gold by Wednesday, diamond by the weekend. Really.
He says, I'll be taking the rocket chopper path. I think I'll be sick of playing HC by then. Yep,
It's funny,
5ER,
though,
my
5ER
field spot is a good
5ER.
defensive layout.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sort of think,
If you look at tech distribution among a 3-week and a 4-week season, you'll find that you're actually doing the opposite of what you should be doing, Skull. And what I mean is the percent of tech that comes from ranked chests versus the percent of tech that comes from time chests is higher in a 3-week season. You get more tech from ranked chests in a 3-week season than you do from the time chests. So I guess my point is like, just either way, you need to climb the ranks, but just realize that tech gets distributed differently between a 3 and a 4-week season, and that will change like kind of the importance of progression without getting too detailed. Slight differences there. Yeah.
That's exactly why you're a professor, man. No, that's that clarifies things up. Jeez.
The 60-yard deck with 2 ramps might actually be easier to hit than the 5-yard deck too. Yeah, that's what we were just saying about people staying in 5-yard to backfill and grab that big long dead end path there, because that base layout's going to be better for defending with than what 6 will be. Let's see if I've missed anything in chat.
Yes.
Don't think so.
Yeah, that one ramp on
We've got
5-yard.
100 in chat, but we've only got 64 likes. Make sure you're hitting that button, guys.
Smash the like button.
Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, ring the bell, you know.
You know, do all that YouTubey stuff. Go do that.
Yeah, do the YouTubey thing.
Do the YouTubey thing. Right. I'm just scrolling back through chat, see if we missed anything sort of relevant, right?
What was that?
Dr. Minute says, I honestly think the brick is going to be the real fast times, but lots of keys off the path. You can have Sparky, Bullet, or Brick by the time you get to 5ER.
I feel like if you were going that dead end
Rocket
path
Chopper-
after 4ER, you got to get Brick after the heavies there. I mean,
Rocket
I don't know.
Chopper's Bullet might be pretty spicy by then, you know?
Oh, Rocket Chopper's Bullet, in previous seasons have been spicy. If anyone, actually does pick it up early this season, snags Bullet on that dead end on 2ER, and then, because Rocket Chopper is, let me get back to the tech tree here, sorry. We were just talking about that. 5ER, right? Yeah, Rocket Chopper's in 5ER.
Yeah,
that's okay.
With the deck
You-
layouts
we
as well.
probably-
With the deck layouts
Probably won't
being
be seeing.
that sort of shape, like the V shape with the big gaps. Rocket Choppers
Yeah, we're not
be
seeing
shout.
Rocket Choppers for like a week and a half, man. At least I don't think so.
Yeah, I think
it'll be a while before.
I'm thinking sort of like mid-season.
Mid-season-ish, yeah.
When
Maybe a
people-
little bit sooner, but
when people are getting sort of 5ER and they're considering going to 6 or grabbing all of that tech. Rocket Choppers might be a bit quick.
I think a few people are going to be thinking that way already. Pick up Bullet already and just plan for that Rocket Chopper meta when you do get to 5ER.
James says, anybody rushing for Kavan on that dead end node?
I'm not sure you can really rush to Kavan with him being near that far, that far at the end of the tree.
There is no
But,
rushing to Kavan, yeah.
Yeah, that was dirty, Shish. Putting Kavan, which is like the meta hero for Warships, sticking him way deep into the tree and then stick him on a dead end node as well. Like,
You're welcome.
did us dirty
You're
with that
welcome.
one, but I love it.
Oh, I love it. I love it too.
Yeah, but you look, he's back behind there, behind that damage amp 3, and I think that's the only damage amp on the tree. So
It is,
you
that
do
is the only
get
damage
value
amp.
by going for him.
You will, because if you pick up that DA3, I mean, you're getting rid of one of your sky shields. But then let's say you pick up the 2 rocket launchers, you can work something out with your 6 rocket launchers with your damage amplifier. I mean, I'm sure you wouldn't have them all.
And your 3 other sky shields.
And your 3 other sky shields,
Yeah.
absolutely. So like, this is gonna get juicy, man.
This is it. ASU Do says, did I hear Shix say that he designed the tree 6 months ago? When did they tell him officially they were going to use it? So how long have you known they're going to use your tree, Shix?
That's a good question. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I honestly just found out recently that it was coming live this season. I don't know. I basically just found out a couple weeks ago that it was going to be this season.
All right.
I think I had some idea they were going to use it because they didn't just flat out reject it, but I didn't really know. It was just kind of on the shelf. Yeah,
Fair enough.
if that helps.
Double D says, can I send my complaints straight to Shish this season instead of getting put in timed out by Supercell? Flint,
Michigan, we're all thanking
Shish,
Shish.
and like he did us dirty all at the same time. The professor making the community think, priceless.
I think that nails it right there. I mean, I couldn't have said that any better myself.
Moy says, probably don't even need flares this season with all them sky shields. I did some messing around on the dev build to see how many ERs you can get underneath 4 sky shields and what sort of configurations you can put.
Then I was able to get all 7 under.
I can get all 7 under. There's also a little spot on the deck where you can incorporate one of the gaps and you can basically get 6 ERs, or all 7 ERs under 3 of the sky shields and have 1 spare, or you can change 1 for the damage amp. So we'll see if that comes up in the season. Do you want to send me
There-
$15 to my Cash App, and I'll send you the pictures of that configuration?
If you on the 7 ER deck layout, if for those that do get there, if they do get their 4 sky shields, you are able to configure it in the top left corner. I've got it set up right here on my phone because I was messing around with just some of the configurations as well, and you are able to successfully fit all 7 of your engine rooms under 4 sky shields with defenses as well. So it's curious to see if anybody goes that compact, dirty 7 ER with everything under the sky shield. I mean, I think it might be too compact. I mean, a good Gren hit, would probably smash it faster than a Bomba hit. But we'll see.
I wonder how many base layouts we'll see of all of the things packed up in the very, very furthest back corner, like it was on season 1. I can remember the layouts being like all the ERs being up in that corner with the sky shields, and then like rows and rows of rocket launchers and damage amps right in front of it. Though I can remember that.
Skull, you just said something really keen. No one's picked up on this yet. You're the first person that I've heard mention it.
Oh,
What
really?
you just mentioned, Grens might be in the final meta, and
Yeah.
you might be right. See,
Yeah.
people, I honestly don't know, but it's a possibility. People are discounting it too much. Like, we invest in this tech early on, and it's not going to be used later in the game. I wouldn't be so sure of that because I have no idea what the defensive meta is going to bring. So like you said, a compact base, Grens can rip it up.
Yeah,
Anyway,
for sure.
yeah.
I'm looking at how it's a possibility, and yeah, I mean, somebody's
Same
going
with
to
those cryos. You guys think that those cryos are a waste? I guarantee you they're not. I guarantee you're going to thank me for those cryos later. Things like this.
Yeah, for sure. Those compact bases.
Yeah, because without any meat shield, by the time you get to that point, you're going to want something to slow it down. And we all got used to the cryo bomb last season, didn't we?
Yep, for sure. Might get a wind farm at this rate, save a fortune. Okay. All right. Shishk's bomber base gonna make a comeback. People underestimate Grens. Yeah, how right they do. Especially on the like we were just saying, especially on the compact bases, Grens will just eat it.
Well,
You look at what.
Sorry, take it away, Martin.
When we have the Gren damage tribal boost, you look at what people do with Grens then, especially on a crab account or even a half crab account with the extra damage. And obviously this season we've got I think it's 150 troop damage. Those Grens, they're going to rip it up. They are going to rip it up.
Yeah, I think Grens are going to feature heavily this season. Is what I think. I don't think they're going to be. They might not be end meta completely, but I think they are definitely going to feature heavily until heavy choppers come in.
So
Might be-
CP players need that GPE so they can savage compact ERs. Pete says, might be the season to learn Seekers. Don't you say that every season, Pete, but end up using Airwolf or Gramps or... I'm sure, might be the season to learn Seekers is kind of Pete's mantra.
He is a very versatile player, but I mean, definitely Airwolf, without a doubt, I would say is probably some of his best gameplay.
Oh,
As you-
yeah, I love watching Pete with Airwolf.
SU says Scorchers are going to be a thing this season too. You reckon?
Is he being sarcastic or is that serious? I mean, it might be. We did have one season where they were a thing. I mean, we could honestly
briefly.
say every season of Warships, we've at least had one troop stand out at some point in the season, and we did have Scorchers in the spotlight for a bit.
For sure. I don't know, I really don't know. For me, it's not going to matter too much because I won't be part of that sort of end season meta. There's no way I should make it to 70. I might probably make it like to 4, maybe. I might consider 5. Like
You'll get to 5.
yeah, I might consider 5. Yeah, but I only play it casually. I don't play every single chest. I don't collect every single one. You know what I'm like. So we'll see. We'll see. Everybody know the final meta is going to be HC Bomber. It's fun to dream though.
It's fun to dream.
Yeah, but that's only going to be final meta for those that make it to 7. That's the thing that I love about the final meta this season,
Yeah.
is its own. A lot of people who park in 6 with that dirty 6, they're going to have to find a new meta because just HC just ain't going to be there.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I don't know, chat. I guess we'll all find out tomorrow what people get up to, eh? Got anything else?
Shall we
will-
reconvene in 7 days' time to discuss the first week?
Could do if you like.
For this, if Aaron's,
Yeah,
you know,
I'm up for
if you
that.
guys' schedule, if your schedule, you know, is available for it, that might not be a bad idea. Just
Yeah,
with
I'm up for
how different, you know, the Shish Kebabber Tech Tree season is.
Yeah, for sure. You up for that, Shish?
He'll be asleep then.
I'll be asleep. Then we're talking 1 week from now.
Do this again in a week? Yeah, probably. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We'll just stay in
Sort of-
touch. Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
was
see
just,
schedules permit. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see. We can see if we can work it out anyway. Be interesting to sort of just keep track of it over this season, just to see what the differences are between this season and previous ones. You know, sort of from the creator's point of view. You know, and maybe I don't know. Hopefully, see an improvement. Should we say? Hopefully, Supercell can see it too. I know Nuno's been in chat tonight.
And if
so-
it all does get really frustrating, nasty, and horrible, then Shish can be here to cop the brunt of it.
there you go.
I guess it's worth making a disclaimer right now, too. I mean, by no means do I claim this tree to be perfect. I do, however, claim this tree takes many steps in the right direction.
Yeah,
I do
100%.
expect some might be in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
So we're all going to learn from it. You know?
Yeah.
I
sure.
don't think there's such a thing as a perfect tree. I don't think that exists.
You can never please everybody.
It can't be perfect for everybody.
No, it can't. It's impossible. It's
And
impossible.
I feel like with Boom Beach and Warships in particular, like with this community, I mean that tech tree is just that one thing that we're just always complaining about. We're never happy with.
Yeah,
But just to
100%.
touch on what Shish Kebabber
Nuke
was
the
just
bot
saying
grind.
right there,
Get them credit coins.
I definitely think that we got to give credit when credit is due, and you know
Yeah,
the fact
big
that you
shout
know
out
there's
to
so
you,
much.
Shish. Big
Yeah,
shout out.
so much hype around this tech tree, and we can thank one person because of it, guys. Like, I didn't even know the magnitude that this guy played behind actually, you know, helping develop the tech tree. So, honestly, just coming from me, Shish Kebabber, thank you, man. This tech tree is insane, man.
No, thank you. It's given us all something to think about, something to muse over.
Something different.
Yeah, well, you're welcome. Should be fun, hopefully.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the
It
plan.
will.
Donnie says
way or another.
Donnie wants
Yeah.
Donnie wants an end of season wrap up final thoughts stream would be fire. We can definitely do that. I mean, we said about doing that anyway, Discully, didn't we? From now on, maybe doing a boom talk to wrap up seasons of Warships.
Well, you know, it's funny how this was initially supposed to be, you know, the front lines hype for season 4, but then, you know, we got on track with just like, holy crap, the tech tree season 31, man. We got to talk about this.
Yeah,
and then, you know, this has just blown up here. I definitely think if we're able to, yeah, we should definitely do a follow up in a week if we can, and then,
Yeah.
you know, the end of season 1 as well.
Yeah, for definite, for sure. Right then, chat. I think that pretty much covers it. Unless anybody's got anything you want to add.
I think we got all of our most of our.
yeah.
I will just say that see Nuno in chat tonight, and big shout out to you, Nuno, for giving Shish the opportunity and taking on his tree and stuff. But we hope that you guys are going to be looking closely at the analytics your end and see some positive improvements. So much so that, you know, maybe this can become more of a norm. Fingers crossed.
The
Fingers
thing that we
crossed.
need to take away from this is the fact that, you know, they've actually listened to someone who's, you know, at the forefront in the community and is speaking for the community and has designed the tech tree, and Supercell have actually put that in place. I think that's huge for Supercell to actually let that happen. And if it is as popular as what it sounds like it's going to be, it's something that they need to look at doing
Yeah, sure.
more
Another
going
bot?
forward, because there's other aspects of the game that obviously need a lot of input as well. And if this is as popular as I think it's going to be, then, you know, they should definitely look into other avenues within the game as well.
Oh, I got a message deleted by Ballistic Bull.
Martin, you were quick, man. I'm looking
Martin,
for
you
that.
were
I
quick.
clicked through.
Scully
I
hit it.
see.
Scully hit it.
Okay,
Martin
good.
deleted
Okay.
it.
I was there. I'm good.
Yeah.
That's me. That's my work done
So
for the evening.
yeah. Big shout out to everyone, you guys, tonight for coming in. This has been our most popular live stream ever. We had like almost, I think we peaked at like 119 concurrents, which is like.
Aaron, read Vicky Coleman's comment first. Sorry.
Yanks, you guys, thanks for the chat. Thanks for the chat, guys. Was more interesting than watching chicken. Okay.
Thank you, Vicky.
Shish, a few people have asked in chat tonight, any content from you this season? Are you going to be putting any videos or any streams together?
Oh gosh, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I really got to focus on my life too, so I don't want to make any promises there. But maybe. I mean, you're gonna see me around this season. I will be playing. I'll tell you that much. Yeah,
that's cool. And you'll see him back on the chat anyway. Even if he doesn't do his own thing, we'll have him back on Boom Talk throughout the season. So yeah, so look forward to
it's
that.
his season. It would be rude not to.
It should be called Shish season, or it's Shish
Yeah, they
fault,
should have
or
done
something like that. Blame Shish, or something along those lines. Yeah. But yeah, big shout out to everybody who tuned in tonight. Massive shout out to you guys for hanging out. Seeing 119 in chat tonight was brilliant. It's been an absolutely manic day getting tonight to happen on time. And to see 120 in chat was perfect way to end the day.
The chef's kiss, buddy.
Yeah,
beautiful. Thank you guys for the love and support.
But yeah, we'll wrap it up there, guys. We'll be back in a week, 10 days. We'll see if we can get our schedules to line up again and sort it out, and we'll come back and see where we're at in a week. See what you guys are thinking then. But thank you, Scully. Thank you, Shish, for coming on. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Oh, it's been great. Thanks for having me. Yeah.
But yeah, guys, that'll be it. We'll wrap it up there. We will see you.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you, Beast. Yeah, that's all right. Don't mention it.
Yeah, well, not...
he was getting there. He was getting there.
I suppose so. Thanks, Martin. Thanks, Beast, for showing up. But yeah, we'll I'll probably stream tomorrow. If we don't do it tomorrow, it'll be Tuesday for a stream for me for playing. But I'll try and get one together for tomorrow for you. But anyway, guys, that's it. I will catch you tomorrow. Catch you later. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Bye. Good night, everyone.